There he is.
What's up, Alex? How are you
John.
doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing well. Just got done with an office meeting, so I usually like to do this close to the beach so people can just check out the beautiful background, but instead you get a photo on the wall.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for taking the time to join me on this. Just want to introduce, this is John Bathurst from the John Bathurst Group from our Compass South Bay office and Manhattan Beach. So, John, let's get started. If you can tell us a little bit about yourself, both personally and professionally.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks for having me on, Alex. I appreciate it. I love doing these live interviews. Learn a lot about you, and certainly, hopefully, people who are watching have some questions for us and enjoy what we're about ready to drop on them. So, I'm John Bathurst. I'm a founding agent with Compass in the South Bay. I live in Manhattan Beach. Been with Compass about 4.5 years. I was with Sotheby's previously. I have 3 boys. I'm an avid outdoorsman when it comes to surfing, snowboarding, cycling, running on the beach volleyball. I just started 75 hard. I'm day 13 for 75 hard.
Oh,
so if anybody knows what that is, certainly connect on that a little bit later. And, things are great. Looking forward to the holidays and excited about, life. Alex, how about you? Tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Alex Nahle, and I'm the founder of the Nahle Group over at the Compass office in Pasadena. And this December, I celebrate my 3 years with Compass. So extremely excited about that. It's been an amazing journey. I've been, licensed for a little over 7 years, but fully active for 5 years. And I have a group of 8 agents, including myself, and a total team of 15 people. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. On a personal level, I'm a father of 3. I have 2 daughters and my son. And, there's nothing more I'd like to do than spend time with them and love my wife and my kids. And, I'm grateful for for this business to allow us the opportunity to spend time with them. I'm also big on snowboarding. I love hiking. I'm a big soccer fan, as many of you know. And, this is an exciting time.
So we have a question for you who's your team? Is it U.S. or is it somebody else? And are they still in it?
My team from back when I was young, it's always been Argentina.
Okay.
I love their style. I love the players that have been on the team and are on the team. I'm a big Messi fan. Of course, I'm very patriotic and I support the USA, and I think they did a phenomenal job, playing this time around. But I'm a big Argentina fan, and I'm extremely excited. Yesterday was an amazing game. They're making it to the final, so I hope you guys will watch it this Sunday.
Who won the match today?
Right now, France and Morocco are playing. It's actually halftime right now, and it's 1-0 France. So
okay.
I don't know.
and France won it last time, right? France won it 4 years ago. Right.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it would be nice to give somebody else a chance this time.
Well, it'll be great to see, Argentina, see what they do. It's Messi's last year, right? Or last time playing.
That's what they're saying. So it would be nice for him to go out with a bang. He's broken a lot of records, and especially, comparing him to Maradona, all he needs is just to win this World Cup, to cap it all off. So
the question is, I saw somebody say, well, Pele is still the GOAT. Is Pele the GOAT, or is Messi, or is somebody else?
It's definitely different times, right?
Yeah.
Pele is amazing. It's a different time. And, in my opinion, during our time right now, I think Messi's, he's a great player, a good role model, and, he's a perfect example on and off the field. So I have a lot of respect for that. But Pele has a big spot in my heart, too. That's for sure.
Cool. Well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. So, I'm a big soccer fan. I also, spend a lot of my time coaching youth soccer, for both my kids' age groups. So I enjoy that a lot. It gives me the opportunity, to spend time with them and also, give back to the community and connect with the kids and, hopefully be a role model to them as well. So that means a lot to me.
Well, I love the fact that you have 3 kids as well.
Yeah.
Three
How old are your kids?
My kids are 22, 18, and 16. So I've got two graduating this year, one from college, who was a national swimmer at UCLA. They won the national championship last year, and I have a senior graduating from high school, and then I also have a junior in high school.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
They grow fast. That's for sure.
They sure go fast. I'm not looking forward. Well, it's good and bad. I look forward to being an empty nester, and I don't look forward to being an empty nester.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. My oldest is 19, and my youngest girl is 5, and then I have my 10-year-old son. So there's quite a gap in between, but they get along very well. They love each other, and they all have a unique outlook on life. So it's amazing just to be with them. But yeah, like you said, my 19-year-old is in college, and she's getting ready to go to university on her own.
Nice, love it.
So with that said, John, obviously we're both from California, LA. If you can tell me a little bit, some fun facts about your area, the beach area specifically, I'm sure we'd love to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously Los Angeles is a very large city. If you look at LA County, I'm not sure the total square miles, but from me to you, we're a good hour apart at least, and that's with little traffic, right? Because you're up in the foothills walking you out of Pasadena. So I'm on the southwest end, and you're kind of on the northeast end, right?
Correct.
So interesting that I've been doing a lot of these chats with real estate agents all over the country, and there is a common denominator that's happening in the market right now, and that is deceleration of the market. Interest rates has caused some buyers to pull out or take more time. Less homes coming on the market. The homes are still selling, but just taking longer to sell, and sometimes at reduction in price. It's still a seller's market, though. It's a seller's market, and what a seller's market is where buyer demand is outweighing the seller opportunity. So usually it's 6 months of inventory is a balanced market, and we're dealing with about 1 to 2 months of inventory still. That doesn't mean there's not opportunities to be had out there, because if you look at what's closing and what's active on the market, a third to half the homes on the market have actually seen price reductions. And that's usually for 2 reasons. And the 2 reasons are, number one is that sellers were maybe a little bit unrealistic in terms of what the price should be, and maybe looking too far back into spring versus what was happening in the fall. And number 2, buyers don't want to do a lot of work on a home. So what's really helping my business is utilizing Compass Concierge, my expertise with my clients, and getting their home as ready to go to market as possible, where somebody doesn't walk in and say, I got to change that, I got to fix that, I got to do this, I got to do that. When you do that, and we help our clients have our home perfect, the homes usually sell faster, and even to the point of still seeing multiple offers, maybe 2 or 3 offers, not 20, but still seeing multiple offers. So in my market, we're kind of seeing it's a seller's market. There's buyer opportunity at all price points, and the average price point in Manhattan Beach is $3.5 million. Okay, Hermosa Beach is about $2.5 million. South Redondo is 2. North Redondo is about 1.5. So when you look at each one of those different nuances of market, there's opportunity for each one of them, and there's seller opportunity because there's a little competition there's so little inventory that if you put your home on the market, you might be the only one in a certain area, a certain price point that is available. And there's buyers out there with interest rates over the last several weeks slowly dropping a little bit. It's not the 2.5% like we once saw. Yeah. But there's jumbo loan products out there, and depending on your credit and the bank, you can get a 4.5% interest rate out there. Maybe it's a 5, 7, or 10-1 ARM, but there are products out there for buyers. And listen, when rates drop, you refinance, right?
Exactly.
But a home's a home, and if I've been sitting on the sideline looking to time the market. The right time for the market is when you feel that you want to purchase a home and have a home. And listen, you're not buying a home to live in it for a year. It's a 5-year plus time frame at least. So that's kind of what we're seeing in our market. What about yours? Is there anything different in your market that's not really happening here? Because I think that the only thing that's really precluding anybody is sometimes buyers, because of interest rates, have been kind of they're kind of they can't live in a neighborhood for a certain price anymore, so maybe they have to kind of wait a little bit longer. So that's what started happening. What about you?
Yeah, no, look, I can't agree with you more. Obviously, 6 months ago, you put a property on the market, whatever the price is, it's going to have a bidding war. People are going to compete on it. They're going to pay whatever price it takes to get it. And there's obviously been that shift since then, for multiple reasons. You named them. And, what I noticed is, for a short period of time, people were trying to like really evaluate what's going on, right? It was a shock. Right. It was a shock, and people are trying to figure out like what's going on. And, now a lot of these programs and incentivized, loan programs are out there, rate buy downs and so forth that, may benefit some. And there are others that are coming out, with cash wanting to buy now, and then they can cash out and refinance later and, get into a better loan. So what I'm noticing now is, from the buyer standpoint is they're really getting the understanding of, you have to identify why do you want to buy, right? You have to identify your reasons, whether you're buying or selling. Why is it you want to buy? Why is it you want to sell? It's not like, before where sellers were like, I want to sell because I want to bank off of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of selling, but I see how things are selling like crazy. So now it's becoming more like, the sellers are selling that want to sell, that need to sell, that have the right reasons, whether they're relocating, they're downsizing, they're upgrading. But the seller that just wanted to sell just because they want to get a profit, that I believe they're out on the sidelines right now. As far as buyers, they're getting the understanding that interest rates are not gonna, they may go up some more, but they're not gonna go up forever. Just like prices. Prices are going to go up, prices are going to come down, and it's going to go back up, it's going to come down. It's cyclical. So those that are really getting in tune and connected with the reasons why they want to buy, and they want to buy long term, they're looking, they're serious, they're making offers. So, we have a number of buyers that we're working with that, we're on the same page with them, and we want to make them feel comfortable and, get a better understanding of the reasoning so we can help them that way. As far as sellers, as you mentioned, it really comes down to the strategy, the pricing strategy. We all have, very similar tools out there, whether with Compass or any other brokerage. But, it really comes down to, pricing your property correctly, being strategic about it. And like you mentioned, we're not getting the 20 offers, but we do get, multiple offers. And sometimes all you need is that one offer.
Yeah.
You just need that one right buyer that, is serious about buying and is not going to play games and, is willing to pay the right price. And, that's really what it comes down to. I do want to touch on the Compass concierge program, though. I'm a huge fan of that. My sellers, about 80% of my sellers maximize the benefit of that program.
So why don't you let our audience know, so people who don't know what Compass Concierge, what it actually is?
Yes, good point. So Compass Concierge, it's a unique program that's exclusive to Compass agents that our sellers are able to benefit from. And here in California, at least, in every state it varies. In California, you're able to get 5% or up to $40,000 of instant, funds with zero interest, zero fees, no strings attached, as long as we're representing you as a Compass agent. And all you have to do is pay it back either when the property sells or within 12 months, whichever comes first. Okay. What you can use these funds for are, you don't have to use them all. You can use 5,000, you can use 1,000, you can use the full amount. You use it for things like, painting, minor upgrades, staging, pre-inspections, anything that you think of. I mean, rather than paying it out of pocket, maximize that benefit. Again, there's no interest, no fees or anything like that. So a lot of my clients are really appreciating that program. And rather than, some of them have their money in equity in the property and they won't get it until they sell their home. So they really value this, the benefit of the Compass Concierge. And, again, I'm a huge fan of that. And
it's a terrific program. I mean, I think that, you mentioned 40,000. For us, it's 75,000 up to $4 million listing price. But regardless of the dollar amount, most concierge programs only require 15 or 20,000 as an average, because most of the time, painting, flooring, landscaping, staging are the most important things. If you get into, some small remodels, kitchen or bathrooms, obviously it's a little more expensive, but it's a win situation for our clients. And, I know other brokerages have worked different kinds of programs with this, sometimes with fees, sometimes with interest. But with Compass, it's always, how can we help achieve the highest possible price, sell your home the quickest, and not cost you a nickel, just make you money. So that's our goal.
Exactly. Well, that's awesome. How about tell us a little bit about the beach area? What are some cool things about your area that you think our audience would like to hear?
Well, there's some amazing things, and if you've ever been to Manhattan Beach or visited Manhattan Beach, and for those who are watching, we're in the coastal area of Los Angeles. If you ever flew into LAX and you usually land towards the ocean, not towards the inland. If you look out to the left side of your plane, you're going to see El Segundo, Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, and Palos Verdes along the coastline. If you look to the north, see Marina del Rey, Venice, Santa Monica, Pacific Palisades, and Malibu. And that whole thing is called Santa Monica Bay. It faces directly west towards Hawaii. And so we're on the southern part of that Santa Monica Bay. And, some of the great things about Manhattan Beach, why people move to Manhattan Beach is one is obviously it's some of the most beautiful beaches in all Southern California or in the United States, number one. Number two, it's close to LA, but it's not too far away where you couldn't live in the beach area and drive to LA for fun, for work. Our schools are some of the top in California. Our public schools are top in California and in the United States, blue ribbon schools. So people move here for the schools. Our crime rate is super low. Not a lot of homelessness. You hear a lot of homelessness happening in California in different areas. The South Bay is really minimized in terms of what that looks like. It's just a safe place to raise your kids or to live. I think that there are some great events that happen over the years. We just had one last Sunday, which are the Manhattan Beach fireworks, where the whole town shuts down. They bring in snow. There's bounce houses and huge sleds, and there's reindeer and Santa Clauses and amazing fireworks. There's so many other great events. There's volleyball events. There's surf events. Manhattan Beach is an amazing beach town. So I welcome anybody who's coming into town to give me a ping before they come into town. I'd love to take you around our restaurants. We've got tons of amazing restaurants and bars and fun. So that's what we're about. What's going on in the foothills? My mom and my grandparents lived in La Cañada.
Nice.
It's been a long time since I've been up there, but tell us a little bit about your geographic area, the foothill area, what's happening.
Yeah, so that's the main area that I cover is the foothills, La Crescenta, La Cañada, Pasadena, Altadena, Montrose area. And I live in La Crescenta, and it's an amazing place. That's where my wife was born and raised, and so were my kids. La Crescenta, the two main reasons that people move to this area, both La Crescenta and La Cañada, is one, the crime rate is extremely low. It's a very, very safe community. And the other one is the schools. The schools are some of the top rated. We have multiple blue ribbon schools, so amazing public schools and a lot of options for private schools as well. And that's really what's attractive to the area. Pasadena didn't have the best reputation years back as far as the public schools, but they've gone a long way. They've revamped and introduced a lot of programs, giving it a lot of attention, and just recently attracting a lot of great kids and great families to the area. Those are the top two things. We have an enormous variety of restaurants. Pasadena alone has 600 plus restaurants, variety of big chain and the small moms and pops. Especially like in the Montrose, La Crescenta area, a lot of the little moms and pops restaurants that are, that have the best food usually. And, in Montrose, there's on Little Montrose and on Honolulu, it's a very walkable street with a lot of restaurants. You can walk there peaceful with your dog, with your, your family and kids and everything. There's a lot of events that happen there. Just 2 weekends ago, they had the Christmas parade. Usually have Oktoberfest there and many other events throughout the year. Farmers markets there every weekend, so it's a great place to go visit. Some of the other cool things about the area is, we have JPL, jet propulsion laboratory that moved in the 1930s, and they cover about 175 acres of land, and they employ over 6,000 employees. So that's, a big thing for La Cañada, Pasadena area. We also have the famous Rose Bowl, hosting many, many big sports events throughout the year, and home of the UCLA football.
So actually, when I was in high school, several families would go up there and we'd camp on Colorado, and we camped for 2 nights. It wasn't about in high school. It wasn't about the parade. It was more about the fun activities leading up to that. But it was, it's embedded in my mind what a fun time the Rose Parade is, and all the festivities leading up to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what I was going to mention. The Rose Parade that's held, every year. It's a big part of Pasadena. And I was just talking to a friend of mine yesterday about that. They have their family has a condo on Colorado, close to lake, and they look forward to just watching the Rose Parade every year. I mean, it's an amazing event, especially looking at all the work and the care and the time that goes into these, putting them together. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Right. Totally. I volunteered one year when I was actually forced into volunteering when I was in middle school to help with one of the floats. Never again. It's a lot of work.
Definitely. And the Rose Bowl specifically, I had the opportunity to play there once back in middle school, like in the mid to early 90s when I played football. That we had the opportunity to play one of our games there. So it was a great experience. And a few months ago, I watched a Juventus Real Madrid game there. Almost 90,000 people showed up, which was phenomenal. So it's great. And one fun fact, I don't know if you know this, but 1926, the cheeseburger was invented in Pasadena, man.
I did not know that. I did not know that. That's great trivia.
Yeah.
I'll have to. 1920 what?
26.
1926, the first cheeseburger.
Yeah. So
did somebody else claim the hamburger, or is no?
I don't know.
Did Pasadena side wait? There's a great idea. We have a hamburger, but we're going to put cheese on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the holidays, John?
So I'm excited. I guess I guess Hanukkah starts. I'm not Jewish, but Hanukkah starts in just a few days, 4 days. And Christmas, it's 11 days away from Christmas, right?
Yeah.
I can't believe how quickly it came. So my son from college is coming home on Friday after finals, which is awesome. It's always great to have him come home. Mostly just family time and beach time up through Christmas, and then trying to work my way into a friend's house up in Mammoth for after Christmas snowboarding. And we just got pounded with rain and snow. So Mammoth Mountain, which is about 5.5 hours north on the eastern, or is kind of east of San Francisco, is kind of our home mountain, right? That's where we go. Nice. So hope to get up there and make some turns snowboarding, and just hang with friends and family. How about yourself?
Exciting stuff, man. Exciting stuff. And just going to be local. We're going to head out to Vegas for a week, take the kids, the in-laws, just to get away, but more like doing the sightseeing, not the hotel or casino thing. We're going to change it up a little bit just to get away for a bit, but we'll be back before Christmas, and we're hosting a family event here at the house. So we're going to have friends, family over, and spend the end of the year with our loved ones.
Awesome.
So it's going to be exciting. It's nice to just unwind, relax, and connect with the family, spend time with kids.
Yeah, that's terrific. Awesome. Sounds great, right?
I would love to go snowboarding, though. That's for sure, man. I mean, it's definitely a busier time of the year to hit the mountains, but I love snowboarding. It's one of the passions I have. What's your favorite mountain that you've gone to?
Well, my favorite is I used to do a lot of heli snowboarding up in Canada. Ooh. So I've done several heli trips. Ooh. So when you say what's your favorite mountain, it's going to, there was one trip that was you flew into Calgary, wow. Drove through Banff, and you kind of drove back into eastern BC, and it was there was a resort there called Panorama, but RK Heli Ski. It was 3 mountains that came together. It was the Rockies, the Purcells, and the Bugaboos. And listen, I was spoiled. I was when my kids were really young. I couldn't, there wasn't a lot of time to to go on my own to snowboard. So with a group of friends, we go up to Canada for 5 days, and we get, I don't know, I can't remember the vertical we got, but it was something like a couple 100,000 vertical in 5 days. So that's my favorite resort. It's heli snowboarding. But from a local standpoint, I love Mammoth.
Yeah.
Park City. Anywhere where there's powder is my favorite mountain. Anywhere where it's crusty and that you hear that sound, not
good.
Wherever there's powder is my favorite mountain. How about, do you have a favorite mountain?
Yeah, I have to say Mammoth. I haven't been out of the state snowboarding, even though I've always wanted to. But Mammoth, I'm a big fan of Mammoth. I typically go to Big Bear because it's closer to us. Just a quick getaway. But like you mentioned, a lot of the artificial snow, and I've gotten injured quite a bit there, pretty bad. So you have to be careful sometimes of others, just like a motorcycle rider. It's not about how you're riding, it's about how other people. But Mammoth, I've had a great experience one time where we went up there, whiteout condition. They wouldn't let us go up until midday. And then once we hit the snow, it was just amazing, powder all over. So yeah, Mammoth is great.
Awesome.
So I wish you lots of fun there, man.
Oh, thanks. Well, I appreciate all the time here. I know we've kind of gone 26 minutes or so. And hey, Allison, how you doing there? And Anthony, listen, if you guys have any questions about anything we talked, please put them in the chat or comment, and we'll try to get back to you. And want to wish everybody a happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and look forward to the new year.
Absolutely. Thank you all for taking the time to join us here. And, I wish you all happy holidays as well. John, to you and your family, happy holidays and a happy new year. And, again, hopefully we can do this again soon. And you take care of yourself.
All right. You too. Cheers. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, John.
Bye.